When performing a rotator cuff repair arthroscopically, we get our visualization, and once we have the tendon mobilized to where we know we can repair it, we create a hole in the bone where the rotator cuff inserted before it tore free. We punch a hole in the bone, and then we place a suture anchor, which is a plastic anchor loaded with strands of suture, by threading into the bone and then removing the inserter. This leaves the strings anchored firmly down into the bone with the anchor. Depending on the size of the tear, we might suture 1 to 2 to several anchors in order to make sure we have enough suture in there to adequately secure the rotator cuff back down to the bone. We retrieve the sutures and pass them individually through the rotator cuff in a pattern that allows us to secure the tendon back down to the bone. We tension these sutures and then tie them with knots to secure the tendon firmly down to the bone. And if we need to pass additional sutures, we pass them, or alternatively, we can remove them. To create a double row repair, we can place secondary holes in the greater tuberosity, where the rotator cuff inserts, and then pass the sutures from the first anchors into the second anchors. Place the anchors in the hole and tension the suture strands so they squeeze the rotator cuff all the way down to the bone across its entire insertion. We can then cut those excess suture tails. That's not always necessary to complete a double row, but on those occasions it's beneficial to help place the tendon firmly against the bone. Once we secure the tendon adequately to the bone and we have excellent tension on all of our sutures, we cut all of the excess suture tails, and at that point, we might remove any bone spurs that remain inside the shoulder and repair any additional tendons that may be torn. This is a view of a completed double row rotator cuff repair. Again, while a double row repair is not always necessary, we want to make sure we get the tendon secured back to the bone in the best way possible.